Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. We've got Divi 5 here and we're continuing on. We built these little interactive image swaps. I've got an image of this car here. If I click on image 2 here, it's going to swap it for the red one. Back to image 1. Obviously it's going to go back to image 1. Really great for before and afters. We used to do this with Divi 4 on several sort of pressure washer type sites for their before and after pictures, but we had to use JavaScript for that. With Divi 5, there's no coding involved whatsoever, and you can do it with modules and images if you want to. At the moment, we've got the image. If we want to bring in a blur module, it's right there. Of course, you can make these as complex or as simple as you want by using a group module and putting all kinds of stuff in and flipping back and forth. Like I say, no coding involved in this at all today. We're using the great new Divi 5 interactions to do this. Let's get started. I've got this page open here. Well, let's add a new row and we'll start from scratch. Now, obviously, you can configure this how you like. You can have the buttons in a different row if you wanted to. I'm actually going to use something like this little flex column with a smaller one on the right. In my column here, I'm going to add the image and we're going to flip between two images. There's an image module right there. Perfect. Let's just click on this. Throw in whatever image you want to have in yours. And over here in this column, funny enough, I'm going to add a couple of buttons. Here's one. Let's style it how we want it before we duplicate it. Now with mine, I just gave it a background and I put my buttons in absolute position. Obviously, styling is entirely up to you. If you want to do that, I just gave the row a background color, green tab there for the row, down to background. It's always under content background. And let's throw nice dark gray or something in there. Perfect. Let's go into the button there. Now you'll notice I'm not going to put a link in there. And put whatever you want to say in yours, up here obviously. I'm going to do a little bit of styling on it. Keep it very minimal. Over in design, button, custom styles. Button background, I'm going to keep that default light blue for the background as well by hitting the little plus there. There's the light blue. I'm just going to choose that one. Close that up. Not going to mess with the border, that's fine. Button text, we'll make that black also. Now let's just make it uppercase. Fantastic. When it looks like you want it, I'm just going to duplicate it, two little squares there. This next one, content, will it be image B, or whatever you want to say, obviously. And now, rather than using padding and margins and things, I'm going to go into the column itself and just use the flex to position it. So if we go into the row, we've got two columns. The left one's got the image in it, right one's got our little buttons in it. Let's go into the right one. Under design and layout, by default, it's going to be set to flex. I want mine to be top and bottom, just like that. I think I like to have mine right side. Perfect. But I will use just a little bit of margin for each to bring it in more like we've got there. For that, I'm going to go back into the button. Design, spacing. Use margin for buttons. If you use padding, it makes the button deeper or wider. So we'll use margin for that. At the top, I think I'm just going to use 15 pixels. Adjust it from there. Looks about right for me. And I'll do the same on the right. Great. Now I'm going to do the same for this one. Well, actually, it's going to be a mirror for this one. But into design and spacing. Don't want any on the top. This time we want it on the bottom. I used 15 before. We use that again. Great. And we want 15 right also. Perfect. Okay, well, let's make this happen. If you watch any of my Divi hover effects videos, you're going to know how I've done this. What we need to do is the image that's sitting in this column here, we're going to put an image behind it in the actual column. So again, just click on the row. This is our first column. I'm going to go down to background. I'm going to go across. We'll throw the image we want to switch with in the background there. Use that crazy truck. Now you can't see it, obviously, it's behind there, but that's what we got these buttons to do. Like I say, this is fantastic for before and after pictures with some sites we've done before. So here's where we're going to add the interactions. Now my image here, I'm going to go into it. It says image up the top there. I'm going to give it an admin label that I can see, and you'll see why in a minute. I'm going to call it IMSW It's my shorthand for image switch. Call it what you want, but we're going to give it an admin label. Now we can actually add the interactions. So to do that, I'm going to go into the buttons. Image 1, we want to show image 1, which is this one. Now with Divi 5, you can go over to Advanced, you'll find the new Interactions tab. We need to add an interaction. On click, I want it to show the element. If it's showing already, it's not going to do anything. But if the other one's showing and they click on image 8, it's going to show it. Target module, this is where the admin label comes in handy. If we click on this one, it's going to open the tree of everything on the page. Now remember I gave it that admin label, im switch, IMSW. There it is right there. It makes it a lot easier to find in a hurry if you've got a whole page full of stuff. So I'm going to click on that one as the target. Perfect. Now what we need to do is go into the next button and button B. Now rather than telling it to show the other image, we're going to tell it to hide this image here. And I'm sure some of you are ahead of me on this one. If we go over to Advanced and Interactions here, again, we'll add an interaction. We want it to happen on click. We want to hide an element. So we're going to hide this one so you'll see the one that's underneath. And again, we got the same target. And we gave it that admin label. There it is right there. Perfect. So we've done everything correctly with this one. It should work. But before we do that, let's make sure it's going to work on tablet and mobile. We need to set a sort of minimum height, really. If we don't, let's save this. I'll show you what's going to happen. It's going to shrink up when we hide one of the images. So if I save this, hit my preview button. Here's our new one down here. Image A is the one we're looking at. So if I hit image B, this should disappear. We'll see the other one, but it's going to shrink up. Watch. Because there's no actual content in there to keep its height. So we need to really give this a minimal height on our devices. Really easy to do. Let's get our image A back. You know the clicking part's working. So to do this, I'm going to go into the row itself. I'm going to give it a minimum height. And at the moment, it sort of looks like about 50% of the screen. So once in the row, over to design and sizing. Like I say, I'm going to use minimum height because on smaller devices, that way it can get bigger if it needs to. So let's start off with 50 viewable height, VH. That's okay. If you look at the bottom there, there's a little bit of an overhang there. And that's the image from underneath. This image isn't quite tall enough. So we can go down one. That looks like it's going to work perfectly there. Let's look on tablet. Again, we've got way too much here. On tablet, let's try 30 perhaps. Maybe a little too short. We'll keep going up till we see a bit of overspill. Oh, too much. There we go. Perfect. And on mobile, we're going to probably need to readjust. Yeah, it's done that. So we can go into our column and change the flex direction of these buttons quite easily. Just on mobile. We're on the row. If we go to content, this is column 2. Design, layout. It's on flex. What if we have it this way? That's fine, but we've got our padding on those buttons here, so I need to adjust. Just on button A, we'll probably do it here. So if I go into button A now, design and spacing, I need to give it a bit of margin and 15 on the left. And we can take those other ones away if we want to. That's going to work perfectly for me. Great. So if we've done everything correctly now, let's go back to our desktop version. We should be good to go. And I'll show you how to do it with the blurb. I'm sure you figured it out, but for anybody that hasn't, I'll show you in just a moment. So we'll save draft and we'll re-preview. And let's roll on down. There it is. This time when we click on image B, it's going to stay the correct size for us. Perfect. Just exactly what we wanted there. How to do it with a module like we have here. Switch from an image to a module or a module to image, whichever way around. I'm sure you figured that out. Really easy. I'm going to duplicate this module right here by duplicating the row, 2 little squares right there. Let's get rid of our image module this time. We'll go into the row and the column that it's in, column 1. Now we'll get rid of that image, put in a different one. and we'll have to do our interactions over with these buttons again. And this one, let's throw a blurb or something like that on top. That's what I did before. Obviously, you throw whatever you want. You can use a group module and throw in all kind of different things. I'm going to keep it fairly simple with a blurb here. I'll leave all that just as it is. Let's use an icon instead of an image, perhaps. And we'll give this a background, perhaps a black. And we want to make it cover the whole of our area here. So I'm actually going to use a bit of padding to do that for this one. Over in design, spacing, start out with 100, top and bottom, almost there. Maybe want a little bit more perhaps. I know it's doing it because it's stretching the bottom, so there we go. When it's not moving, I know it's about right. So 100 is about right. Now let's make the blurb so we can actually read it. While we're in here, design, text, I'll just make that light. And of course, if you want some of the image behind bleeding through, very easily done. Back in content and background, just click on the color itself. You find the opacity slider, the variegated one here. Just pull that down. You'll have a hint of the image behind it. Obviously, all the ways are going to show it completely. Just pull it down if you want a little hint just like that. Great. Now, depending on which way around, whether you want to show the image first or the blurb first. So in this scenario, I'm going to show the blurb first and then the image. So let's go into this button. And we need to redo the interaction over in advanced interactions, get rid of the one that's there. With this one, we're going to add it. On click. We want to make sure it shows our blurb module, target module. We gave it B button admin label. There it is. Perfect. And with this button, we'll go in there. Yes, we'll just call it image. There's no other image. And again, we need to go over to the advanced, redo the interaction. We need to go in there, get rid of that one. We'll add our new one. Again, on click, we want to make sure that we hide the blurb so we can see the image. Target module. There it is again. Perfect. And that should work now. Let's save our changes here. Save draft. And we'll re-preview. Roll on down. There we have it. We've got our blurb showing. I click on the image. We've got our image. I click back on the blurb. We got our blurb back. Really nice little interactive feature. Really easy to do. Like I say, you don't have your buttons here. You can have it underneath. You can have them left and right. We had a few people asking, can I click on such and such and make something happen on a different element? You can with interactions, and we'll be doing a lot more of these in future videos. So I hope you've enjoyed this today. As you can see, great thing about it, no coding. Fantastic new features, Divi 5. So as I keep saying, as we get closer and closer to Divi 5's final release, they've promised it this year, we'll be doing more and more videos with Divi 5. But many of my sites, and certainly all of my client sites, are on Divi 4 still. So if you've got a problem with Divi 4 or something you're struggling with, put it down below. I'll do my best to explain it for you, or make a little demo video like this one. So once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.